What is up, guys? Today I'm going to be installing the CB radio on the JL. I ordered the Cooltech tailgate mount, and here's what it comes with. You can get the one with the Cobra. Here's are the bolts it goes through. It has 4 thicker washers that will be between the plate and the tailgate, and then it has 2 bolts and 2 other washers as well. Here's the plate that it goes on, and the JL on there, and the 7-slotted grill. Depending on your tire, I run 35s, so I'm going to have to do it this way on the top hinge. That's just because I don't have a tire carrier yet. I'll eventually get one and probably move that to there, so that's another thing. Here's the cable, the coax cable that will go to the CB radio that you'll run through the inside. Then here's some of my personal stuff. Here's the SWR reader that you're going to need to tune your radio. This plugs into your CB and radio, and then you're going to need a 55 Torx and 55 or TT55 Torx bit to take off your tailgate hinges. So, all right, let's get started. Additionally, make sure you have a size 8 Allen key as well to tighten down the bolts to the tailgate. So the first step in this process is going to be to remove the spare tire. The next step is going to need to remove these 2 bolts, or these 2 bolts, depending on where you go. I don't want to put it. Then you're going to put some cardboard, or you can do that first. Put cardboard underneath it, and then remove those 2 bolts. With those 2 bolts taken off, or put it to the side if you're going to use them later, you're going to put it on the plate. It's supposed to be like this. I'm going to put it like this, get maybe a little inch more of overhead over the Jeep, and because it doesn't fit my tire, 35s on stock wheels. So, how it's supposed to be is you're going to put a washer, a bolt, and through, then the 2 heavier washers on the back side, like so, and then you'll push it right in to the Jeep. Next step in this, you're going to want to remove your tailgate cover. You can just pry it off with your hands, or if you have an actual clip remover tool, you can use that, a trim remover tool, if you do that. So there are a couple of places you can route it through. I found you can go through here, remove this plug, push it inwards and out through vents right here. Or if you really want to make it easier, you can push it through these vents right here and have it that way. But that's just personal preference, I think, at that point. So what you're going to do now, you're going to put on the base of the antenna. And the way this goes is that this part's going to be in the bottom, nylon washer, big washer, and lock washer. And then your tie. I'll tighten it down when I get to that point, but you can leave it like that. And then make sure your cabling is straight and there's no kinks in it. And then you can route it through. Now that you have that the grommet out, you can fish it through the hole you took it out of. So now that you have it routed, you're going to do the fun part, and you're going to remove this trim. If you have the factory subwoofer, there's a certain way you have to do it. So, or versus if you didn't have it, Either way, both sides you'll have to use a trim remover or a screwdriver, or just your fingers, and pry that up. Use the Torx bit to remove it. Then you're going to use your pry tool or a flathead screwdriver to prop this up, so you have access to this on the subwoofer, and you use the T22 Torx bit right there. And once you remove all this, you should be able to just pop this stuff out. So after removing all those bolts, you now have access, but now you can start wrapping your cord through here, all around, and to the other side, so that way it could be hidden. Get some zip ties ready, and then there's that. There's also this. Depending on what kind of person you are, you might just zip tie it around here and have it go straight in, or have it weave through the strap and have it hidden. I'm going to weave it through and keep it hidden, so give me a second. And now you can put your trim back on if you want to, and then you can have it holding on there, and put your cabling up and around to the other side. Alright, to give me a little better look, so we routed it up through here, cut through a couple zip ties in here, routed it up and over, following it down to the passenger side. So now you have everything put back in place. You're going to run the cable under here, zip tie it as you go. You're going to pop off this door sill, and then you'll run it to the front, and again all the way to where your CB radio will be. Mine's going to be mounted right here, with the box going right under here and connected to the coaxial right there. So with the cable finally routed all the way through, you're going to get your CB radio installed. I'm using the Cobra 75 handheld. So here's the brain of the whole radio. This is where you plug the actual handset to, and the back right here is where you attach your cable. And when you do your SWR, you will connect them both through there. So ideally, with a CB radio or most radios, you want to have this connected to the battery for less interference, but me, because I'm lazy and I don't want to go through that effort, I'm going to install it to the pre-wired cables for the trailer accessory that I have right here. I'm going to attach it to the accessory cable, and then crimp it in and solder it in, and then heat shrink it, and then we should be good. So before I start testing it all, make sure you want to have all stuff put on as you normally would. So if you have your tire on, put your tire on. If you have something like a Federal flag thing on there, you want to have that on there, so that way it can be accounted for during the testing. Make sure you tighten this down. So what I did, I took the grommet out and I cut it in half and made a hole in there to accommodate the cable, so that wire didn't get in as much. So now I'm gonna put all this stuff on and start testing. Alright, so I have everything wired up and hooked up. So the CB radio is hooked up to the pink and orange accessory cable, so it'll run when the battery or the car is running. So I'll tuck these up, zip tie them and everything. I grounded this to right here. Ideally you want it grounded to the battery, but then again, I'm not running it to the battery. I found a good spot for the radio head. So you take the glove box out, you pull out, and then you push this tab up and remove the glove box. and I put the head right in here. So here's the plug that will go in there, and the actual radio bit comes out right there. So it's kind of hidden. So now I go and do the SWR test. If you don't have one, you can probably just go to any local CB radio shop, or I guess trucker station, because they're the only people that have them anymore. But if you're lucky enough to have a Radio Shack still, they might have it. So now, connected the radio and antenna. I've already done my my tuning for SWR. Going to clean this up a little bit, make sure this is zip tied better. Have my quick release, quick disconnect, so that way when I need to, I can immediately take it off. So remember to have that on there while you tune it. And now I'm going to put on the CB radio mount that goes on the handlebar. Alright, now you are ready to put the mount in. So the first step is going to be to use a trim removal piece or a flathead screwdriver and take this bit out right here. Okay, so now that you have this portion pulled out, it's pretty easy, it's just clipped in. You should just pry it out. You're going to use a 10mm bolt head and remove this right here. And once that's removed, you're going to take your hook and you're going to ironically hook it up right in there. And yep, so you loosen it up. You don't even have to loosen it as much as I did, I just took it out. You're going to align these two holes with this two points. Make sure everything's lined up, and then you can tighten up that 10 millimeter bolt and put everything back together. And with that, your mount is put back in, or your mount is installed. And make sure all the clips are back in, and you can now rest your radio right there. If you don't want to have it running all the time, you can take this out and just unplug it and hide that wire, and you should be good. It wasn't too difficult of an install. The longest part was actually putting back the subwoofer in the back. It was a lot harder than it was on a JK, or maybe it was just because it was my first time doing it, but I don't know. But yes, that was the install for the Cooltech CB radio antenna, mount, and radio for the Cobra 75 radio. Hopefully it works better now. I got a good SWR reading on it, and hopefully I can use it in the trail more often. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to my videos, and post in the comments below what else you want me to install on the Jeep. I got a few more things coming. Still waiting on a roof rack to put on here. I have the Vortex rail mounts that hook onto the gutters, but they don't really hold that much, and I don't like running them all the time, especially going off-roading. But once I get an actual roof rack, that'd be the next thing. But yeah, thanks for watching.